Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for a keyboard upgrade and here I've got the most RGB overkill keyboard of all time, the Razer Huntsman Elite. So inside the box we get the usual Razer stuff, a letter from the CEO, some documentation, and Razer stickers. And hey, it's nice to see they have upgraded the sticker template. Instead of 2 snake stickers, we also get powered by Razer Chroma sticker. That is awesome. So first impressions, this keyboard is built like a tank. There is almost no flex to the body no matter how much pressure you apply. That might be due to the fact because this keyboard has a metal backplate on the front. And the keyboard is powered off these two USBs, and unfortunately this one does not have a USB or a headphone jack pass-through, which is sort of a bummer because my Blackwidow V2 does have a USB pass-through and I do use it quite often. I think Razer might have done away with the USB and the headphone jack pass-through to maintain that slim profile. Also, there is RGB LED strip running across all 4 sides of the keyboard, so I think there might not have been enough space for the USB and the headphone jack pass-through. Okay, so before I talk about the keys and show you all the features, let's plug the keyboard in. And make sure you download and install Razer Synapse software that will allow you to have full control over the keyboard's RGB LED lighting. So take a look at that keyboard. That looks beautiful. And check out that underglow. And this is the default wave effect. And let me just pan my camera. So that is the RGB LED light strip running across the side of the keyboard. Check this side out. And it also goes around at the back of the keyboard. Looks awesome. Kind of goes along nicely with the Razer Firefly. And this is the palm rest. Now one special thing about the Razer Huntsman Elite is that the palm rest also has RGB LED light strip on all 4 sides. And it connects to the keyboard through this connector over here. So that will transmit the power and the data because all of these LEDs are addressable. So it connects to the keyboard magnetically. Just align this. And bam, there you go. And look at how bright these LEDs are. That is beautiful. Now coming to the mechanical switches, this keyboard uses Razer's new Optomechanical switches. That means these switches use light to detect a keystroke rather than relying on 2 metal contacts touching. So what does this mean? Well, Razer says that these switches have a faster response time, and because they have less moving parts, these are rated up to 100 million keystrokes. That really sounds outrageous, by the way. They also make slightly less noise compared to the old ones. But to me, they feel more refined and fine-tuned compared to my old Blackwidow Chroma V2. And yes, these do have faster actuation, which is something I really like, especially while playing games. It does take a few minutes to get used to the new switches, but once you do get used to them, they feel great. And now all of the keys have stabilizer bars, so the keys are less wobbly. Lastly, you get these switches in 2 variants, purple and red. Purple are the clicky ones and the red ones are the linear, non-clicky type. I've got the purple switches here because I love the clicky sound and the tactile feedback from the keyboard. Okay, so I know you guys are itching to hear how the keyboard sounds like, so what I'm gonna do is type something out and you guys will be able to hear that clicky sound that this keyboard makes. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so that's how the keyboard sounds like, and I'm really liking this palm rest. This leather is so soft, it just gives you a nice feeling when your palm is resting like this. The keys do feel better than those old mechanical keys that are on the Razer Blackwidow V2. Love the clicky sound. But yeah, the thing is, these keys are loud. So if you are looking for a keyboard that is completely silent, then this is not the one for you. But again, I do like the clicky noise and the tactile feedback. So that's why I'll be keeping this. Now, apart from having a slimmer profile, Razer has also made a few more cosmetic changes on the Huntsman Elite compared to the Blackwidow V2. Now, the most notable thing is this volume dial and these media control keys. So you have play, pause, back and forward, then there is this volume dial. Feels nice, it has a nice tactile feedback, and you can also mute just by pressing this button. And these ones are also backlit by those RGB LEDs. Now, I have been wanting these keys, especially the volume control key on Razer keyboards, for a very long time, and I'm glad Razer has included them on the Huntsman Elite. Now, what is missing is the macro keys. So there are no more macro keys on the Huntsman Elite, but the Razer Blackwidow Chroma V2 does have these macro keys on its side. So you do lose out on the macro keys on this keyboard, but that is not a huge problem. We now have play pause button right over here. So actually I was using these keys as my volume up and down and play pause. So I had these customized in the Razer Synapse software. And then I have already talked about the slim profile of the keyboard. Once you remove the wrist rest, this thing becomes tiny. So look at that. So this is how the keyboard looks like on its back. You can see the RGB LED strips are turned on. And once again, we have nice thick rubber strips on the bottom of the keyboard that will prevent the keyboard from slipping on a slippery surface. Then we have these feet here. So these are kind of adjustable. So that is, if you don't want too much height, you can pull this one out. Otherwise, you can do this. So this is the back of the Huntsman Elite. Now let's take a look at the Razer Synapse software and let me show you the lighting profiles. Okay, so before I show you guys the built-in lighting effects on this keyboard, the first thing I will do is show you guys the Chroma visualizer. Now, in the intro of this video, I was using the default Chroma visualizer, which is built in into the Razer Synapse software. So this was the one that I was using. You can just turn it on and select an effect from over here, and you can change the decay, scale, you can change the brightness. But if you want a more advanced audio visualizer, you can download this one from Razer's website. So I'll put this link in the video description. Just click on this and it will download a zip file, and then later on you can go ahead and extract that anywhere you like. And just double click on this and the audio visualizer will turn on. And this one does have a lot more effects compared to the default Chroma visualizer, which is built in into the Synapse software. So I have this one running right now, so let me just play a song. And you can also change the effect from over here. Now I'm gonna move over to the built-in one. Okay, so this is the audio visualizer, and let me quickly show you the effects here. So yeah, there are not many effects on this one. So you have that wave going on. So now let's move on to the lighting effects. Okay, so now let me show you the pre-installed lighting profiles in the Razer Synapse software. So we will launch Razer Synapse from the taskbar, and I'm going to click on the Razer Huntsman Elite, and then we will go to lighting. Now you guys already know what is gaming mode. It disables the Windows key, no need to check that out, but we will click on lighting, and if you want to turn the lights off, just press this button and the lights on the keyboard will turn off. And you can also control the brightness. Let's set this to max. So over here we have some quick effects. These are the pre-installed lighting patterns on the Razer Synapse software. So by default this wave pattern will be selected. You can change the direction. So this is right to left and left to right. And the first one is ambient awareness. Now ambient awareness is kind of cool because it will analyze what is present on your screen and it will change the keyboard's backlight color and the brightness. Now I can describe this by playing a video. So if I play this video, you guys can see the color of the keyboard kind of change to yellow. Edges are a little bit greenish white. Center is yellow because on the screen this center part is yellow. So that's kind of cool. And I'm gonna play another video. So this is another video. You guys can see that pattern on the keyboard. Kind of difficult to see on camera, but it is there. So this is ambient awareness, and just so you know, this ambient awareness is only supported by the keyboard, not the mouse and the mouse pad. Otherwise you will see this option enabled, apply to other Chroma enabled devices. So if you press this, all the lighting effects will be synchronized across all Razer Chroma enabled devices. So let's check out the other one. So this is the audio meter. So I'm gonna click on this button so that the lighting effects are synchronized. Alright, so now if I play a song, you guys will see the colors will change. So this is according to the volume level. I increase the volume. Not sure what this color boost function does. So now let's select the next effect, which is breathing. You can select two colors here. So right now it is on green. So let's select a second color. How about aqua? Or you can select random colors. So if you select two colors, the lights will cycle between these two colors and you can see how nicely it is synchronized. Well, actually it's not synchronized. I have to click that. So now it's synchronized. You can see the LEDs on the mouse also turn on. You can also select random colors. So this is the breathing effect. The light turns on, then turns off, and then turns on again. The next one is the fire effect. Again, this is not supported by the mouse mat or the mouse, only works on the keyboard. That actually looks pretty cool because of that underglow. So this is the fire effect. Reactive, and change the duration. Let's change the color. Okay, green is fine. So whenever you start typing, keys will light up for a brief moment and then turn off. Select the next one. This is actually pretty cool, the ripple effect. So this is the ripple effect. You can also change the color, change it to yellow. That is pretty cool. Next one, spectrum cycling. It will just cycle through all these 16 million colors. So the next one is starlight. Actually, I really like the starlight option. Select random colors and change the duration to long. Again, this is only supported by the keyboard. So it's just lighting up random keys with random colors. Then we have static. So this is just static color. You can synchronize the colors across Razer Chroma devices. So let's select pink, apply, and there you have it. The next one is wave, my personal favorite. Apply across all Razer Chroma devices. And then this is the wheel effect. You can see a wheel spinning like that. So apart from those pre-installed lighting effects, you also have Chroma Studio where you can create your own custom lighting effects, and because all of these LEDs are individually addressable, you can change the color and create a custom effect for individual LEDs on the keyboard, mouse, and on the Razer Firefly mouse mat. And not only that, you can download lighting effects that are created by the Razer Chroma community. So here I am just editing a custom effect that I got from a YouTuber called Unreal Hero. I'll put the links in the video description where you can download more effects. This is just one example. If you are familiar with Razer Chroma, you already know there are tons of lighting effects available on the internet. So if RGB customization is your thing, then Chroma Studio is perfect for you. And this is how the final lighting effect looks. I've added a new wave effect to the RGB lighting strip on the keyboard and the mouse mat. So you guys might be wondering what will happen to my old keyboard, which is the Razer Blackwidow Chroma V2. Will I be selling it or keeping it? Well, since I have built myself a new PC, I will be giving my old HP pre-built PC to my parents, and this will be a nice upgrade over their Core 2 Duo desktop. And since they use a cheap membrane keyboard, this Blackwidow V2 will also be a huge upgrade for them. And with the keyboard, I'm also giving them my Goliathus extended mouse mat. That's because I already have the Razer Firefly, don't need two mouse mats. So yeah, the thing is, I'm not selling the old keyboard. So that pretty much brings us to the end of this video, and I've got more RGB stuff coming in the mail. So I've bought the Razer Base Station Chroma. It's a RGB headphone stand plus a USB 3 hub, and that will complete my RGB setup over here. So do stay tuned for that video. I think that video will be released next week because I'm kind of busy this coming week, so yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.